Greetings, my friends. Welcome back. Rush Limbaugh, cutting edge of societal evolution. Now, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Walker has been championed on this program for, years, actually. But in terms of his success, the things that he has encountered, the adversity that he has overcome in being elected governor of Wisconsin, and then having to win 3 more times, a couple of recall elections, which were nothing more than disguised efforts by the Democrat Party and their allies to destroy him, and then another standard re-election effort. The guy has overcome every effort the Democrat Party knows to destroy him. His family has stood tall. Scott Walker and his family have withstood everything the Democrat Party has. And not only has he withstood it, he has triumphed over it. And he's done so as a conservative, as a flat-out, no excuses made conservative. Scott Walker has not attempted to co-opt liberal language and use a little bit of that in the way he speaks to try to calm them down and keep them at bay. He has been fearless. He has not withdrawn. He has not shrunken. He has not exhibited any fear whatsoever. And his family stood with him. As such, as you've heard countless times on this program, Scott Walker has the blueprint on how to restore this country. He has restored Wisconsin, which started out a blue state. He tackled the entrenched leftist bureaucratic interests in that state that were bankrupting it, that were destroying the schools, and that's primarily the unions, public employee and otherwise. Just stood up to them, took every mean-spirited attack that they had to offer and beat them back with the people of Wisconsin. He didn't win the media in any of this. And the media was part of the cabal that was doing their best to destroy him. He withstood it all. And I've thought for the longest time, through all of these 3 elections, I've thought that Scott Walker is telling everybody how to do it here. We've interviewed him. I've not endorsed him, and I'm not doing so now. That's not the point. I don't do that, particularly this early in any campaign or any race. But we've interviewed him for the Limbaugh letter. We've had him on the program here to discuss his book. Audio sound bites of him from last Saturday in Iowa at this conservative gathering. And the important thing about Scott Walker, I mean, all of a sudden people say, who is this guy? Where'd this guy go to get a charisma transplant? He's always been who he is. It's just that he's never been touted. When you hear about Republicans and the governors they talk about, you hear about who? Well, you hear about Governor Christie. You hear Rick Perry now and then, deservedly so. But you never heard Scott Walker. And all he was doing was showing everybody how to beat back the left, which I thought is what we're all doing here. I thought that was the purpose here, to save and restore America to its founding principles and ideals. Here's a guy doing it. Here's a guy who did it. Here's a guy who did it against a juggernaut that was designed not just to beat him, but to destroy him and eliminate him as a political force for the rest of his life, not just his career. There's the blueprint. There's how to do it. Never heard his name mentioned in any official Republican Party communiques. Anyway, there's more on this. Sit tight.